back to another episode on the For the Winners channel. So, we have a new content series in right now. It's called What I Would Do, right? So, what this series is all about, it's pretty much me just giving my opinions on questions that you all ask. Now, I have a lot of people who DM me, they ask me for consultations and all this other different type of stuff. And me, I really don't charge for stuff like that. I mean, honestly, because I don't see myself as a consultant because, I'm building a business myself. You know what I mean? So like this like series is just all about me like coming in and just being a friend to y'all. You know how y'all go when y'all ask y'all friends for like advice on different stuff, and like this is that same type of feel. Y'all coming to me like as a friend, like yo Nate, like what would you do in this situation? Because I know that you building your business and you got to certain levels of success. So this is what this whole series is all about. It's just me telling you all what I would do. It's not expert advice or anything like that. I'm just giving an educated opinion on stuff. And if I don't know something, I'm gonna literally say it. I'm gonna literally be like, yo, I don't know. You know what I mean? But if I do know and I do gotta, do have a good feel of what you should do in that situation, I'm gonna just give you my opinion. And like this is what this series is all about. And we have a lot of episodes recorded already, pre-recorded. So I'm excited to share this with y'all because I feel like y'all can get a lot of value out of this, and hopefully you can come on the show as well. So like that's what this show is all about. Just me giving y'all my opinion on what I would do. And if you want to come on the show and you want to ask questions about different things that may be going on in your business, feel free to click the link down below. It's a link to the booking. Now, only book on Sundays though, because I'm busy like any other day, and we record these shows on Sundays. So, record it on Sundays. Also, if you need any type of graphic design services, feel free to reach out. Feel free to reach out to us. The link is down below in the description. And that is about it. So, hope you all really enjoy this show. And yeah, peace. Welcome back to another episode of the For the Winners podcast. And we are on the What I Would Do series, where this is not expert advice. It's literally just me telling y'all what I would do, and just kind of just being a extra ear in y'all voice, man, and just a friend that you just hit up and you be like, yo, like, what should I do in this situation or something like that? And your friend will give their advice or just their overall just take on what they would do in your situation. And that's what this show is all about. So today we got somebody named Nia, but I'll let her give a little introduction pretty much for herself, and then we can just get into what she wants to ask me. So I'm pretty curious about that. So let's go. What's up, Nia?
Thank you, Nate. Like you said, my name's Nia. I am a web developer and a software engineer. I'm actually building a digital branding company right now, where we make websites for small businesses and service providers. But I also have a community called Wise and Grind that I'm working on building, and that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about today on building the community, because I've seen you do that for some time now. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. Ask me the questions. Go ahead. I'm all ears. Let's go.
Okay, so I guess I think my first problem with my group right now is, well, it's not a problem, it's a challenge. Is getting people to interact and engage with each other. Like I'm putting content in there, I'm putting resources, I'm in there every day talking. There's a few people, I say they're about like 20% of the group that actually participates, but I understand that 100% probably isn't going to be like feasible, but at least like 40, 50 would be cool,
Yeah. I mean, this can be multiple reasons why this is happening though. So like number one is like, how are people being recruited or like being added in? So like, like is it just any and everybody just having access to the group? Like how are people actually being able to be put in the group in the first place?
Yeah, so the way the group started is I started this challenge called 25 Days of Productivity. And I opened up to friends, and then more people asked me, hey, can I join? And so I ended up just making a Discord group for it. So the people that are in my group now, all initially were from the challenge. During the challenge, I realized that there were other things that I could do with that group and that we could do together and support each other with. So I decided to make it just a community and not just a one-off challenge group, and really like make it something that's year round and that people can join to like learn and grow and just get better, you know?
Okay, so the initial thing was never a community to begin with.
Right,
It was a challenge.
right.
But like that right there is like one of the core reasons why like people aren't interacting with each other, because their initial like point of why they joined was not to be in a community in the first place. It was to be in a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like that's number one, like the first reason why like people aren't engaging with one another. So like, and so a thing, I'll get into solutions later, but just that's one thing there. Okay, so I pretty much got that. Now, do you have like a set culture within the community as well? Is that well communicated with people, like what the culture of the community actually is?
Oh yeah, like everybody in there, they grinders. Like everybody working on something, trying to build something. Like nobody is trying to like
But is that like
spice.
something that's continuously put out there, like continuously, like for example, like you really gotta push a certain culture within your community so people will know what you all about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you don't really push the culture, like it's gonna be hard to get people to like buy into what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to cast a vision for what you're trying to do and continuously like drill it into people's heads. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you that has to continuously be there. Like if your culture is to be interactive and stuff like that, you need to constantly drill that into people's heads in different ways so people will know like that's what the culture of the actual community is. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like, and honestly, like the culture is that's a very important thing when building an online community is the culture, because it can be a lot of different things, and if people don't really understand that, then they won't know what to do. Like you have to let people know what to do and how to act in a sense so they'll know, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
like,
yeah. That
yeah,
makes sense. And what you said before about how people it wasn't initially they didn't join to be a part of a community, and it just kind of turned into that. Uh, yeah, like I can see how like the people that are actually like engaging, because there are people engaging in the group like a lot, and there is like a community feel to it, and they've already like just have started subscribing to the group. They call themselves WNG gang, like so it's like, but it's a small it's a small portion, but I want to grow that, and I understand it's probably not gonna grow within the community, the people that are in the group that haven't been participating up to this point, and I want to figure out how I can grow it and like kind of advertise it outside the group so more people want to join.
I feel like before you start to trying to advertise and get people to want to join, you need to get the group that you have together. You need to get the community actually like together grassroots first before you try to bring more people in. It's kind of like if you're trying to scale your business and it's not like there's no systems behind it or anything like that, it's going to break like when you just start putting more people in it, and you're really not going to be making no progress when you thinking you really are. So like first and foremost, you got to get the community that you have together and everything organized, and really try to push that culture first before you try to bring other people in, and just let people organically come in for the time being. You know what I'm saying? Until you start really pushing. So um yeah, so that's one thing there. Now, um what another question is, what are you doing to get people to interact?
Well, weekly we have like co-working sessions. And I have different categories within the Discord for like different types of discourse, because the premise behind Wise and Grind is, to improve with the health, wealth, and mindset. So there's various like channels and that fall under those categories. And anytime I see a certain interest, I try to go find somebody with that expertise to be able like uh to talk about it with the group
Mhm.
on a Zoom call
So you
and
do
just
like
get
so you do
people
like
like,
co-work. Okay, so you do co-working spaces. So uh I just had to cut you off because I didn't want to lose my thought of what I was gonna say. But so first things first, what I would do is define what your culture is like within your community. Like make a solid, like literally write it down, type it out, and send it to everybody. And like even if I don't even know how many people you got in it, but even if you have to call every single person one on one and tell them like and people will enjoy that too. Like just having like one-on-one time talking to you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So even if you have to call every single person and whatever and tell them like, hey, like this is what I'm doing right now. This is the culture that I'm trying to push forward. If this is what you want to do, great, you can stay in. If not, then this probably wouldn't be the best place for you. So like number one is to get the culture understood with everybody. So that's the first thing. Also let them know what it is. So because you'll be surprised, like some people may not even know what exactly you're even making, or and that's the problem that I've had to overcome myself. So like a lot of people don't even won't even know what exactly you're doing. They just probably just like you or just like the feel or whatever it is, but they don't know exactly really what it is. So like the literally getting people to understand the culture, number one, because culture is the number one thing. Then getting people to understand it, like this is not a challenge, like this is a community type ordeal here. That's that's that. Now going into ways that you then going into once that's solidified and you're really pushing that forward, then I will go into figuring out ways to get people to interact. Now, one thing that you can do since you're in tech is you can make a bot that takes a list of contacts of all of the people in your community and then pairs them with each other. And then every morning it'll send out a text message or an email and it says, hey, this is John. John does XYZ. This is Mary. Mary does XYZ. Interact with each other over social media today. You know what I'm saying? Or interact with you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And depending on how much data you have on your members, like that'll help you out a lot. Because maybe you got John who makes Shopify stores, but he also likes to play basketball and he also likes to play Call of Duty. Then you got Mary who also likes to play basketball, also likes to play Call of Duty. Then you got that tech that you can use, and this is very easy to build. You can get something even if you don't know how to build it. You can pay somebody on like Upwork or something like that to build something like this for you for like $200, but it's very valuable just for this exact reason. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it'll pair two people together at random. You can do it based off their interests that they have, where they're from, like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and that'll make people engage more because they have common interests. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like that's one thing that you can do. Also start looking into who your members are as well and seeing like how valuable everybody is as well, because you may have a culture within your community where it's like you know everybody is one or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and everybody is working together. But say you got Jeff Bezos in the group and then you got a bunch of people that's just starting. Jeff may feel like it's not enough value in it to actually like, you know what I'm saying, engage with other people. You know what I mean? So that's like a culture thing, but also it's like a you got to make sure everybody is providing value in something. You know what I'm saying? Like even
Yeah.
if like I don't really know too much about who's all in your group, but just making sure like everybody is providing value like in some way. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
to make it a real like collaborative effort, because nobody likes dead weight. So like,
Right.
so saying that to say is making sure everybody's providing value, because if a person feel like nobody else is providing value and they the only person providing value, then they won't want to talk to nobody in the group in the first place. So like you know, that's pretty much what I would do in that sense. Number one, getting the culture together and making sure everybody knows what's going on and what's to be expected and who wants to be a part. You know what I'm saying? And then also intervening and using, you can use the idea that I just gave you about using some type of tech. It can be made off of a Google Sheet and automation. So like uh, taking your list, pairing them with each other, and then it'll send them like an automated email, and it'll send it every day. Like you can make it on a Google Sheet, and it'll just email to people every single day at a specific time or whatever, and tell them to interact with each other on social or wherever else you may want them to interact. So this is you intervening and introducing people to each other. You know what I mean? Like an icebreaker type of thing. So and yeah, I can't remember what else I fucking said, but those are really like the main things. And then once you pretty much get that system going, then I will worry about like recruiting more people in. But it's just getting the grassroots of everything set. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
That's a good point.
But that's
That's a good point.
yeah, that's what I would do in that situation. But yeah, that's it. You got any more questions, or was that your only one?
Um, my next question, I bet you probably just get a lot just about like creating content. How do you? I understand like the importance of being consistent with your content, but how do you organize your content? Like how do you plan it out? Like go about like planning? Because I feel like to me it's been a bit of a like a daunting task to like create
Talking
stuff
about for
in
your
batch work.
personal brand.
Yeah.
I mean, me like, well, the way that I do everything is like, I number one, I copy a lot of shit that Gary Vee does. I copy a lot of it, even though I really don't fucking like Gary Vee. He's the main person that's really out right now over anybody else that's really creating consistently on every single platform. Now, there's a lot of influencers and even people that I know personally that are influencers that are big, but they're not creating consistently on every platform. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, he's really the only person that's actually really doing that and that you can really take notes from. So like, so number one, how I start with everything is I don't create shit. Like, I don't really sit down and be like, these are some ideas that I got, and then I'm gonna recreate. And I don't do that because I'm just naturally not a content creator. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like everybody has their roles. Like, content creators are content creators. You know what I mean? And like that's why they always have a special place and always be really needed. Because I mean, I can think of ideas, but I just know my natural like abilities and what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, number one, everything that I do is just documentations of every single thing that's going on, like in my business or in my personal, whatever I want to show. Like even this call right now, like this is me just documenting something that could have easily been done over the phone or through a DM, but I chose to do it this way because it's an easy way to, number one, provide value to you, number one, provide value to other people, because other people may have the same question that you got, and also I can chop up this entire fucking thing and then turn it into I turn it to a YouTube podcast, multiple different TikToks and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, number one, the way that I go about everything is like, I don't, and I'm just telling you like what I do. So I don't really like create shit. I just document
Mhm.
everything that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Also, I don't necessarily like plan anything either. Like I don't really like plan. I don't plan anything really. I just put out whatever I'm feeling at the time. Like that's the way I really go about doing it. Like without whatever feels right for that specific time, that's what I put out. Like, I got podcasts that I didn't record in 2019 that's still not even out, but it's shit that I recorded in 2020 that released before 2019 stuff. So like that, like it's just always like, what am I naturally feeling? So like that's the way that I go about it. I know your question is like, how should I be scheduling? I know that's your question. So I'm just telling you like,
That you don't do that.
yeah, I'm just telling you
Yeah.
like that's everything that I do, and then I'm like going about stuff this year. And mind you, you can watch everything that I'm doing like step by step this year to really see like how I'm like going about putting stuff out. So yeah,
Well, how do you track your metrics then? Like, how do you know what works and what doesn't?
I don't
You
track
need to be
anything
doing stuff.
because like thing that people don't understand is like thing that people don't understand is like when you build a personal brand, it's like it's you. Like, what are you tracking? It's what you want to put out. Like that's what like it's what you want. And then you're providing value to people, but a part of a personal brand is just people just like
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 you.
so
Yeah.
like they like you. So like they're not liking what they like. They like what you like. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
I
it's
got
like
you.
like I
That
don't
makes
tra-
sense.
I don't track anything. Like even when as far as like me putting out material, I don't even use it as marketing. Like people was arguing with me because I said that recording content is not marketing. I said it was branding. So like people was arguing with me about that, and it's like that's the reason why like try are getting like customers so fucking slow is because they think putting shit out like this is marketing. When it can overlap as marketing, but it's not marketing. Like marketing is shit like fucking. I know I'm going on a rant, but like marketing is shit like cold email, like cold call, pay ads, and content is just branding material that just make people fuck with you and make people keep coming back. Like this video, me just doing this with you right now, will make you give me referrals, make you do all types of shit just because I spent time and talked to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is just branding, like branding material. It's like I don't track it. I just do whatever I like. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, you can ask your audience like, what do they want you to make? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking at likes and like how many likes something get, how many, you know, listens, whatever it gets. Because when you get caught up in all of that type of stuff, then it takes the fun out of everything that you're doing, and then you just start not being you. Like you start being what other people want you to be. You know what I mean? So like I don't track shit. Like I just put out whatever I want to put out and whatever I'm feeling whenever I want to put it out because it's a personal brand. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah, I
now,
get you. I think I I wasn't as like clear as I needed to be on that. Like I understand like building like your personal brand doesn't necessarily require tracking. I guess I meant like how for the things that you do sell, for the products that you do have, like how do you know where those customers are coming from? I guess that's that. I guess I was more asking as far more on marketing than I was on personal branding in this case, because uh, what you're saying is making a whole lot of sense for personal branding, but I didn't ask the question right,
okay.
and I really I'm more so like how do you uh track where your money is coming from, I guess. Like if you are monetizing something
Oh,
in some way,
how do I
how
do
do you
that?
yeah,
Okay, that's a completely different question. Okay, so my main traffic sources are actually like my number one and really my only traffic source that I'm using is cold email.
really?
Like that's the main and really only thing that I'm using right now is cold email. That's it. Like, and then I plan on like moving more into paid ads like Facebook ads and stuff like that. But like me, it's like once I see something working, I'm gonna just pour more fuel on the fucking fire and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause like my like it's never a day where I wake up without leads. Like it's never one day. I get at least like 5 to 10 leads per day, and that's just me not even pushing the cold email as much as I really can. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pushing it as much as I can actually handle. So like my main traffic source is through cold email. And then when you're doing stuff like that, you can obviously like see the metrics of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, who's opening it, who's responding and shit like that. And you can just tweak your campaigns as necessary. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
as far as,
I guess
seeing
I guess I assumed you were using your personal brand as your lead source, but you said most of your leads don't
no,
even come from that. Yeah.
no. And that's what gives me a lot more power over other people is because, and you will see like as I really start, because honestly, like this is the first year that I'm really taking my personal brand serious and actually like, you know, pushing it. Like
Yeah.
this is literally the first year. You're gonna see the growth and literally everything. Cause me, like anything that I put out through my personal brand, through a course or anything like that, it's not my main source for so I
Great.
can do whatever I want. I can be whoever I want to be because I have, you know,
Yeah. So what do you do now? What is the product or service you provide and that you get
so
leads from cold emails?
yeah, so right now I have a creative and staffing agency, and we focus mainly on graphic design. So, and that's my money maker. Like that's the main thing that I make money off of. And then my community is for the winners. That right there is, is my community, and it's more so built like a store than it is like an actual like community like yours where people are like talking to each other and shit like that. And I have my reasons behind why I wanted to do that. So, but I wanted it to be like more so a store, and then I have the content and stuff like that flowing, on the back end. And like
Okay.
Photo Winners is my community, and then I have Photo Win Creatives, which is my agency, and that's
Gotcha.
like the graphics and the visual stuff through the cold email. So
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Hmm.
So where did so we're on the topic of cold emails. Where did you like did you just start dry sending out cold emails, or did you like buy a course or read a book? Like what got you into sending cold emails?
I saw somebody tweeting about it. I saw somebody tweeting about it, and I'm very observant. I'm always observing. So I saw somebody tweet about it, and the guy, he had a course, but I didn't buy his course like for multiple different reasons. But I'm not, but I don't want to like bash people or anything like that. But like yeah, like I saw a guy, he had a cold email thing, and then me, I just went on YouTube and then just start looking shit up, and then I start and just start acting on it. Like, it's just 1, 2, 3 simple. I saw something on Twitter that I could use for my marketing. Then I went on fucking YouTube, started looking it up, and just start executing like like 1, 2, 3 simple. That's just how that's really just how I am. I'm just all about fucking just executing. Like if I see something, I'm gonna just try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, then you move on to the next thing. But like I found it off Twitter, then you start YouTubing how to do it, and then yeah, and just start getting a bunch of fucking leads, yo.
Was there a specific channel or like playlist that you watched that really clicked for you?
Yes, his name is Alex Berman. Alex, how the fuck do you spell his last name? Alex Alex and then Berman Berman. Alex Berman. But but yeah, yo, that's pretty much what I how I stepped on that and who I was pretty much looking at, and I pretty much devoured all of their content until
So you got it yourself.
exactly. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, yo. So, saying not to say, because we coming to an end. I gave you the pretty much my advice on what I do for the community. Number one, make sure you push the culture. Talk to every single person one on one, no matter how long it takes you to be able to do that. So like, talk to every person one on one. Really drill in the culture of what you're doing. Uh, Make sure they actually know what the fuck it is that they're in, because that can be a problem and you may not even think that that is a problem, but it really is. They may not know it's a community and it's really a fucking, they may not know it's a community, and they think it's a challenge when it's not.
Yeah.
So boom, that's that. Also look into that idea what I gave you about just paying somebody to make that automated system. It takes your whole community list and different factors about them, and then pairs them together and sends out emails for them. So and that's a way for you to be able to really connect people without having to go and do that one on one. It'll probably cost you like $200 to do. You can look on Upwork or something like that. Yeah. Then going into personal branding and the shit that you put out and whatever, like do what you like to do. Like, of course, ask your audience what they want to hear and whatever, but like do what you like to do. Like whatever you like, talk about what you like and just provide value. Like, you know what I mean? And like, you know, and whatever way you decide to plan your content out, everybody has their own different thing. Some people plan their shit weeks ahead and whatever. Me, I just record shit on the fly and just fucking put it out. Like that's what I do. Like I don't really like go and really plan stuff out. You know what I mean? I just record it, get it edited, and when I feel like putting it out, I put it out. Like that's just me though. Everybody is different. So yeah, then going into questions about traffic sources and stuff like that. My main traffic source for my agency is cold email. I'm planning on moving into other different traffic sources, but like I said, once I see something that's working, I just pour more fuel on the fire and just keep it running. As far as who you can look at for that, you can definitely look at this guy named Alex Berman, Alex Berman, Berman. You can pretty much get everything that you really need to know about cold email through his YouTube channel, even scripts and everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then as far as what I do right now, I run a community which is for the winners. That's my community. It's set up like a store, and I do that for multiple different reasons. And I have my agency, which is for the win creatives, and it's focused on graphic design and and staffing. So uh, yeah, and then that's pretty much it. So I hope that this call helps you out a lot, and provided some value. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I appreciate you taking the time. to answer a few of my questions. You definitely gave me a lot to think about for sure, and stuff to act on. So thank you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. That's one episode of what I would do, or this is not guru advice. I'm literally just telling you what I would do. And I'm gonna make sure I link her social media down in the description of this podcast and this YouTube video, so y'all can go and follow her and connect with her and get in touch with her community and stuff like that as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on.